Today, August 14th, Archangel Michael says serious alert. Last night, someone stood at your door. He didn't knock, she don't speak, but she left something behind. Archangel Michael says, last night, while the world was still and no light moved in your home, a presence came close. He didn't knock, she didn't whisper. She didn't make a sound, but she left something behind, something wrapped in energy that only the spirit realm could sense. This was not an accident, and it wasn't a visitor from the ordinary world. She stood there watching your door, her breath quiet, her eyes alert, her message unseen. What she left behind wasn't a gift, but a signal. At exactly 2:39 a.m., the wind shifted unnaturally. And the silence outside your home thickened like fog. A figure cloaked in shadow stepped near your door without making a sound on the earth, and in her hand was something sealed, something she was ordered to deliver but forbidden to speak about. Archangel Michael says, this woman was sent from a place you don't yet remember, but your soul does. Her mission was precise: drop the package, vanish before dawn, and never look back. The energy she carried has now crossed your threshold. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The space near your door has shifted. That's why you may feel uneasy when walking past it, or sense chills that weren't there before. The object left behind carries a vibration that can't be measured by sight, only by spiritual perception. Your dreams last night may have become strange or unusually vivid because her arrival opened a pathway. A portal has been temporarily cracked open, and what's leaking through is more than mere memory. You are not going crazy, you are receiving what is yours, in the way heaven intended. You may have heard a slight shuffle with a brief creak of wood. Perhaps your pet stared at the door or barked for no reason. It wasn't just coincidence. It was the moment the presence reached your home. Type Amen to get blessing 701. She didn't speak because she couldn't. Her silence was part of the oath she made under lunar witness. She's not a ghost, but a living being trained by ancient watchers, forbidden to be seen in full daylight. What she left behind was not meant to harm, but it holds the truth. This truth has been hidden from you since childhood, a concern, something someone in your bloodline swore you must never know. This object, whether it's folded into a piece of cloth, slipped between stones, or pressed into the ground, was designed to activate your memory. You may not know what it is yet, but soon, it will reveal itself through a series of mirrored signs. The clock is ticking. Within 72 hours, someone connected to that woman will attempt to retrieve what was left. You must act fast, not out of fear, but out of purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 988. You may be wondering why now. Why today? Why this moment in your timeline? Because the circle has completed, and the veil around your story is lifting. Archangel Michael says, this was always going to happen the moment your heart aligned with its divine beat. Your spiritual protection is now heightened, but so are the attempts to pull you away from the awakening ahead. This woman is not evil, but she is bound by forces who fear your elevation. They think they can confuse you before the truth blooms fully. That's why she left silently, because her compassion overpowered the oath she took. Now that you know this, you cannot pretend it didn't happen. That unease you felt upon waking, the strange pull toward your front door, that wasn't nothing, it was the whisper of the object calling you. Type Amen to get blessing 1290. Somewhere in your home, the air has changed. The room feels different, you keep checking something, your phone, the clock, the mirror, as if your spirit is bracing for an incoming shift. And it is. You must look not with eyes, but with your soul, feel where energy clusters, where the silence feels heavier. That's where you'll find what was left. Archangel Michael says, this is not the first time she's come to your threshold. Years ago, when you were distracted by personal loss, she watched from the distance. But last night, something gave her permission to step closer. Now you must be brave. What you find may not make immediate sense, but it will awaken a code inside your energy. You were chosen to receive this, not just because of your bloodline, but because of your endurance. Type Amen to get blessing 4420 when you survived many things meant to distract you from this arrival. The woman knows you've forgotten parts of who you are. But she also knows you've reached the point where your remembering is unstoppable. When you touch what she left behind, whether physically or energetically, your intuition will rise like never before. You'll begin to hear things before they are said, know things before they happen. And this is only the beginning. Your message is encoded in scent, in texture, in temperature. Pay attention to the doorframe, the wind, the birds who circle your home. Nature is trying to help you see clearly. You are not in danger, you are in a divine initiation. Type Amen to get blessing 7789 when someone else has noticed the shift around you. A neighbor or a stranger who passed your home may have sensed the same pull. They will try to distract you, talk, call breath questions that seem off topic. Don't reveal what you know. This is between you, the divine, and the silent woman. Protect your understanding like it is sacred scroll. If you are suddenly remembering dreams from long ago, or childhood moments once forgotten, it's not random. The object is working. It is melting away the barrier between memory and mission. Archangel Michael says she knew you would not ignore the energy. She trusted your sensitivity, that's why she risked everything to deliver the truth, even in the silent dark. Type Amen to get blessing 6400. The days ahead will reveal strange alignments. You will hear your name in odd places. You will sense a presence walking behind you. But it's not of harm, it's the guides realigning your path. The object holds a story not written in any book. It will show you faces, places, events that never left your soul, only your conscious mind, and once it starts, it cannot be reversed. This is the crossing point, the line between the old you and the divine you. That's why your energy has felt heavy lately. It was preparing to receive the activation. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. You were never forgotten. The silence wasn't abandonment, it was preparation. Every delay, every heartbreak, every lonely night has brought you here. Type Amen to get blessing 9090. Now is the time to open the spiritual door, not just the physical one. If your hands have tingled, or your ears have buzzed, or your chest felt heavy, it is the signal rising. You are entering sacred territory. You may find feathers, coins, or shadows that don't belong. These are all confirmations that what you left behind is now active. The shift is permanent. You'll start to notice people changing around you. Some will draw closer. Others will withdraw. That's because your vibration has shifted and they can sense it. Don't panic. Don't chase, let everything fall into alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 8123. Even as you read this, the energy around the object pulses, it responds to your awareness. The more you acknowledge it, the more it elucts. You may cry without knowing why, you may laugh unexpectedly. These are your soul's responses to the truth being remembered. She didn't knock because this wasn't a physical delivery, it was spiritual. It was for your higher self, not your ego. Archangel Michael says, "You have been protected in realms you haven't yet seen." Your ancestors stood watch as she approached. They whispered in her ear and guided her hand. Type Amen to get blessing 5782. You are not late. You are exactly on time. The truth always waits for those who refuse to forget who they are. Soon you will understand what this means in full. The signs will gather quickly, and your clarity will sharpen like lightning. Until then, remain quiet, remain aware. Remain in your power. A woman is not for, she watches from a veil just beyond sight. She will return only when you're ready for the final truth. Type Amen to get blessing 3377. The spiritual door is now wide open. Don't fear what comes next. The object she left will begin to glow, not with light, but with awareness. You'll feel it in your hands, your feet, your spine, like a current moving through you. That is the signal of remembrance. And now that you've been awakened, your life cannot return to what it was. This is your elevation, and no one can stop it. The woman who stood at your door did not choose you by mistake. She had a scroll of names, and yours was etched deeper than the rest. When she approached, she did so with the silent reverence given only to the ones who carry ancient light. You are not just chosen. You are marked, a spiritual signature hovers around you, and it glows brighter now that the object has entered your energy field. What she left behind is more than symbolic. It's a key. In the coming nights, you may hear subtle sounds at odd hours, soft knocks without source, whispers carried through the walls, or footsteps that stop when you listen. These are echoes of the veil shifting. You are being spiritually watched, but not by enemies, by those who protect your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 4561. The door she stood before is not ordinary anymore. It has become a spiritual gate. Every time you pass it, you are being scanned, cleansed, and prepared. If your body has felt different, warmer palms, pressure between your eyes, buzzing in your feet, it's because your system is adjusting to the frequency the object carries. You've been placed into activation, and your soul is responding. Archangel Michael says, the woman was not alone in spirit. A guardian moved with her, invisible but powerful, clearing space around your home before the delivery. That's why the air outside felt still when you woke. This was not a mistake. It was a sacred appointment. Type Amen to get blessing 1147. There is someone in your circle who suspected this would happen. They may have warned you, doubted you, or acted strange in the days leading up. That's because they sensed you were about to rise beyond their control. You must now protect your awareness. Some people will come with concern that is actually disguised manipulation. You must use discernment, not fear. Pay attention to your dreams. Hidden messages will begin to appear. Numbers, names, doors, staircases, write everything down. These are not just dreams. They are codes. Type Amen to get blessing 3880. The object left behind is now active in your timeline. It is calling to the people and energies meant to meet you. Those who are against you may feel more agitated now. That's because they can sense their grip slipping. Do not worry about confusion, the answers will come. Each time you walk by the door, pause, breathe, and silently affirm, I accept the truth now. She left this without speaking because the language of the Spirit does not need words. It uses energy, light, memory. And you are remembering. The silence you've been surrounded by, it's not emptiness, it's sacred. Type Amen to get blessing 6609 in the coming 48 hours. You will be tested, not by pain, but by clarity. People may show you who they truly are suddenly and without filter. Let them reveal themselves, this is part of the truth. The object is unlocking. Your eyes will no longer be blinded by loyalty or guilt, you will see. You will begin to crave solitude. Not out of sadness, but alignment, your soul wants to merge with the code left behind. The code will open your next doorway. Archangel Michael says, the delivery was not random, it was initiated by heaven's highest councils. She risked punishment by leaving it outside your door. But your light was worth the risk. Type Amen to get blessing 5007. The object left behind will guide you to uncover 3 things soon. A truth about someone you once trusted, a forgotten opportunity you missed years ago, and a hidden threat that has been disguising itself as love. These revelations won't break you, they will free you. Your environment may start shifting. Items might fall, lights flicker. Old photos resurface. This is the spiritual purge beginning. Let go of what doesn't feel aligned. You no longer have space for what keeps you trapped. Even relationships must evolve or fade. You are being drawn into a higher frequency. Don't resist it. Type Amen to get blessing 8212. Someone you haven't heard from in months or even years is about to reach out. This is not random. They are being stirred by the object's energy. They will pretend it's coincidence. It's not. The energy shift around you is pulling old chapters into resolution. Don't entertain everyone who reappears. Only the ones who come with truth in their eyes. Let your body guide you, it knows before your mind does. You will begin to recognize lies without needing proof. That is spiritual growth. Type Amen to get blessing 2931. The woman who came to your door has done this before. But not often. She is a divine messenger trained in silence. Her mission is rare. And only a few receive her presence in one lifetime. She was told your door would be protected by ancient light. And it was. Your ancestors were there, standing beside her in silence as she placed the object. Now the time has come for you to hold your truth. Archangel Michael says, this object connects you to a larger story, a story written before you were born. It's about your calling, your power, and the spiritual kingdom you're meant to influence. Type Amen to get blessing 10001 in the next few days. Symbols will begin to appear, the number 7. Crows. Silver keys. A child laughing in the distance. These are all signs that the woman's mission was successful. The object doesn't need to be touched. It needs to be acknowledged. Sit in silence. Listen with your inner ear. You are not just awakening, you are being commissioned. You've crossed a spiritual boundary. And the old limitations have burned away. Those who tried to stop your growth will begin to fall back. Don't chase them. They were only sent to test your roots, not to walk with you. Type Amen to get blessing 7111. Now listen closely. The woman who stood at your door last night will return. Not today. Not tomorrow, but at a moment when your soul calls for the next release. This was only part 1. Your door is now a portal. The next message will not come in silence. It will come in sound. Be ready, your elevation is unstoppable. Stay grounded. Stay pure, stay alert. And now that the object is in your field, things are already unfolding behind the scenes. People connected to your past are sensing your energy shift, though they don't understand why. You've become unreachable to those who once had access, and that is making them restless. The woman's mission wasn't just to drop something. It was to stir everything that had been sleeping inside you. Her presence activated something deep in your bones, something your ancestors buried for a moment just like this. You're not waking up alone. You're waking up with generations behind you. Within the next 72 hours, a message will come that doesn't use your name. But it's about you. It may appear as a forwarded message, a strange social media comment, or a phone call that drops. That's the next ripple caused by the object's energy. Type Amen to get blessing 9224. You must not ignore the inner pull you've been feeling. That urge to clean your space, rearrange furniture, or throw away old things is part of the clearing. Your soul is making room for divine alignment. The object left behind was not just physical. It's layered in timelines. It connects you to a memory from your childhood, a decision from your teenage years, and a betrayal that happened in silence. All 3 moments are converging now. Archangel Michael says, when she left the item, the earth beneath your home marked it. Your home became a beacon, a spiritual headquarters for truth, and now the energies that have hidden from you will have to surface. They cannot hide any longer. Type Amen to get blessing 6157. That's why certain people may begin to act strangely. You might notice defensiveness, avoidance, or unusual kindness that feels too sudden. The object has shifted your frequency, and they don't know how to respond to the new version of you. We prepare for unexpected confessions. Someone might slip and say something that reveals what they've been hiding for years. That's not coincidence, it's the pressure of divine light working on their shadow. Do not fear the revelations. Everything being shown is part of your freedom. You are not losing anything. You are being released. And the woman knew exactly what she was doing. Type Amen to get blessing 7219. There will be 3 signs sent directly from heaven to confirm you are walking correctly. 1 involving a locked door, 1 involving a written note, and 1 involving a mirror. All 3 will happen before the next 7 days end. Do not ignore them. They are your compass. The woman may have been instructed to stay silent, but she carried light in her steps. That's why the wind changed when she approached. That's why the animals grew quiet, even nature posed for her mission. Archangel Michael says you were not sleeping when she arrived. You were in spiritual stasis, and the moment her energy touched your door, your soul rose to receive what you had once buried. Now there's no going back. Type Amen to get blessing 8448. If you suddenly feel like you're living in two worlds at once, it's because you are. The object has divided your timeline. You are walking in both the remembered and the re-weakened. There will be dreams where your younger self speaks to you. Do not dismiss them. Your spirit is trying to restore what trauma tried to silence. A name may begin to echo in your thoughts. It might be a first name, a middle name, or even a nickname from the past. That name is tied to the object, and they either protected you or betrayed you. Now is the time to find out which. Type Amen to get blessing 3040. You may want to isolate yourself. You may not understand why certain foods no longer feel right or why certain clothes feel heavier than before. That's because your energy is ascending and shedding what doesn't fit your new alignment. Someone from your lineage long past stood beside the woman as she left the object. They did not speak, but they wept because they knew the child of the bloodline and finally reached the moment of remembering. They could not interfere, but they could witness. And they did. You've been surrounded in divine coverage ever since. Type Amen to get blessing 4882. You may have felt chills even in a warm room or the sensation of something brushing against your shoulder as you read this. That's not your imagination. That's spiritual confirmation. Let yourself feel it, do not run from it. You are stronger than anything that comes next. This is not just your story anymore, it's the untold story of your entire line. The woman who left the object is only the first of many messengers. More will come, some in dreams, some in visions, and one in person. That's why your environment must remain clear. Type Amen to get blessing 1233. There will come a day soon, very soon, when you will be asked to retrieve something from a place you forgot existed. It may be an old drawer, an attic, a journal, or even a voicemail. When it happens, go without hesitation. That object connects to what was left at your door. The pieces are drawing themselves together like a divine magnet. Archangel Michael says, you must not be afraid of what's rising now. The silence of your past is broken and heaven has announced your name in the courts of angels. You are not the same. You never will be again. Type Amen to get blessing 3355 from this moment. Be aware of time. Certain hours will feel different, especially around 3:00 a.m., 4:44 a.m., and 7:07 p.m. These are activation windows. Use them. Sit in stillness, ask nothing, just receive. Your body is now the carrier of divine intelligence. Your home, your words, your thoughts, everything is being realigned to prepare you for your new spiritual position. You are being positioned, not punished. You are being elevated, not exposed. And the woman's visit was only the beginning. She is watching now from the edge of the veil, waiting for your next move. Type Amen to get blessing 6662. If you feel overwhelmed, return to the place where she stood, place your hand on the door. Close your eyes and whisper, I receive the reason that will trigger the next sequence. You were always meant to be this awakened, this aligned, this aware, but divine timing could not be rushed. That's why everything felt delayed until now. You were not denied, you were being preserved for a higher timing. Now that the object is near, every locked truth must now answer you. Archangel Michael says, "She left a spiritual flare behind and it has reached the heavens. Your name is now in divine motion. Let the awakening complete its work." And now that the flare has reached the highest planes, nothing in your life can remain hidden. The woman's presence triggered more than an awakening. It unleashed a divine ripple meant to break open everything falsely built around you. Each step you take from this moment forward will lead you toward the truth that others tried desperately to keep from you. What she left at your door is not just an object. It is a vessel. Inside it lies a memory sealed by spiritual authority, coded with your name in the language of light. That's why you felt strange vibrations in your palms or your spine tingling for no physical reason. In the last 12 hours, the energy within that vessel has begun to move. It recognizes your soul as its keeper. This is why you've been sensing an unseen pull toward certain places, thoughts, even sounds. Type Amen to get blessing 7230. You may feel a sudden surge of energy followed by silence. That's your higher self aligning with the encoded memory inside the object. You are becoming one with the message. The woman left it without a word because she trusted your soul would understand before your mind ever could, and now that your inner knowing is active, your senses are sharpening like divine radar. Pay attention to recurring sounds, bells, knocks, static, whispers. These are not mere noise, they are signals layered between this world and the next, guiding you like spiritual breadcrumbs. Someone will try to distract you soon. Stay grounded. Type Amen to get blessing 8841. The object itself is surrounded by a protective field. You may find that others do not even notice it or react to its presence. That's because it was designed to reveal itself only to you. The woman who left it behind knew who you were before you remembered who you were. She was shown your face in a dream, told your name by a messenger, and waited for the right night when your soul was finally ready. Archangel Michael says there was resistance in the spiritual realm to this delivery. But heaven overruled it. Your name was spoken aloud in the halls of divine authority and the order was sent. Deliver it now, a more delay. So it was done. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. You will now begin to notice coincidences stacking up in ways that feel impossible to ignore. The same phrase repeated by strangers. The same number on receipts, clocks, or license plates. This is the signature of your spiritual alignment stabilizing. Don't rush the next part. Let each piece arrive in divine sequence. What hath been hidden for years will now rise gently but powerfully. The woman was not just delivering a truth. She was activating your inheritance, and you may feel emotional unexpectedly because your soul has waited lifetimes for this. You were never meant to remain in confusion. You are being rewritten in light. Type Amen to get blessing 1125. You will notice people trying to get closer to you now. Some innocently, some with motive. Don't hear to them. Just observe, you are being elevated. And when that happens, everything not aligned must either adjust or fall away. That's why people who once ignored you may suddenly want your attention. Not all attention is sacred. Guard your energy. The object is transforming you from the inside out, it's writing your frequency. That's why your voice may sound different. Why your eyes feel deeper, you are walking with divine code now. Archangel Michael says, the vessel the woman placed at your door is pulsing with divine intelligence. It recognizes your purpose, and soon, it will lead you directly to the one who tried to silence it. Type Amen to get blessing 7770. Someone did try to stop this from reaching you. They delayed it through confusion, betrayal, lies, and even affection. But heaven kept the promise. The object carries a time stamp that overrides manipulation. It could only be released when your soul reaches certain strength. At moment, happy blessed night. If you felt the air thicken around you today, that's not anxiety, it's activation. Your energy body is expanding to accommodate what's coming next. The woman knew once the object was dropped, protection would wrap around you like a fortress, and it has. Type Amen to get blessing 2050. Prepare for a conversation soon that starts casually but ends with a revelation. You may be sitting at a table, walking down the street, or even getting groceries, and suddenly someone will say something that unlocks a memory long buried. It's the object doing its work through people around you. You will no longer react the same, old triggers will lose their power. And in their place, clarity will rise. The next time you look in the mirror, notice your eyes, they are not the same. They are holding light from lifetimes ago. Light you are now allowed to carry forward. Type Amen to get blessing 8124. You will also begin to feel the presence of a divine team walking with you. Some may call them guides, some ancestors, others angels, but their presence will no longer feel distant. They are close. Very close. You'll notice flickering lights, warmth on your back, or voices just before sleep. These are confirmations of your awakening. Do not fear them, welcome them. Archangel Michael says, the object is a seed of destiny, and what has been planted will now bloom, no matter who tries to bury it again. Your purpose cannot be hidden anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 4177. A man from your past may reach out pretending to check on you. He may ask seemingly innocent questions, but this is a test. You must remember. The object gave you discernment, use it. Don't answer from memory. Answer from clarity. Something about this man is tied to what the object is exposing. You feel it in your stomach. That's your intuition speaking, trust it. Your inner compass is never wrong anymore. The next 9 days are crucial. What you allow, and what you reject during this time will shape the rest of your year. Type Amen to get blessing 3678 soon. The woman who delivered the object will appear again, this time in a dream. She will stand in the hallway, say only one word, and walk away. That word is your next code. Write it down, even if it doesn't make sense immediately. That word holds the location or direction you must follow. The object left behind has one purpose, to reveal, release, and restore. And it's doing exactly that. Archangel Michael says you will never return to confusion. That season is over. You are in divine clarity now. You may not have realized it yet, but the word she whispers in your dream will be the same word that starts showing up everywhere. On signs, in books, on screens, from strangers' mouths. It will follow you gently until you pay attention. That's how you'll know the next doorway is opening. This is no longer a season of waiting. The object has awakened your timeline, and things are moving rapidly now. You'll feel an urgency in your soul, not stress, but a divine momentum that pulls you toward places you never imagined you'd go. You'll begin sensing energy in spaces where you once felt nothing. Rooms will feel full, even when no one's there. That's because you've become sensitive to the presence of what once tried to stay hidden. Type Amen to get blessing 8710. Certain places you used to visit will no longer feel right. They will feel too small for you now, not in size, but in energy. It's how you know you've outgrown the illusions that were placed around you. You may experience physical symptoms, pressure in the forehead, heat in your palms, waves of emotion without any cause. These are not ailments, they are activations. The object is communicating with your DNA. It's triggering the memory buried in your bloodline, a code planted by those who walked this earth long before you were born. Archangel Michael says you were chosen to carry this lineage of truth, even when others feared it. That's why it came to your door. That's why the woman picked you. Type Amen to get blessing 5535. She could have gone to someone else. But her instructions were clear: only deliver it to the one whose energy burns quietly through the night. And that was you. In the stillness, your soul cried out without words. The spiritual realm heard it. So they responded. She moved in darkness, but not because she was hiding. She moved quietly because the moment was too holy for noise. She wasn't there to be seen. She was there to shift everything. Now, the vibration of your home has changed. Even your sleep will begin to feel different. Type Amen to get blessing 4200. You may find yourself waking up at the same time each night. Between 2:30 and 4 o'clock a.m. That is the window of revelation. The veil is thinner during these hours. And heaven speaks clearly when the world sleeps. Don't be afraid to sit in the silence. Light a candle. Close your eyes, let your spirit listen. Visions will come. Not in the way the world expects, but in flashes, sudden emotions, imagery, repeating memories. All of it is divine intelligence being unsealed. The object has rewritten your agreement with time. What once took months will now take days. What once felt impossible is already forming. Type Amen to get blessing 6034. She carried more than a vessel, she carried ancient instructions. Her arrival had to be exact. Down to the second. Any earlier, and you would not have received it. Any later, and you would have already stepped into unnecessary harm. Now you're protected, not just spiritually, but energetically, cosmically. Even those who curse your name in silence will find their words blocked by unseen barriers. People who once had access to your energy will suddenly lose interest, not because you changed, but because your vibration rejected them. That's how powerful your elevation has become. Archangel Michael says, you were watched as she stood at your door by divine guardians and fallen eyes. The war over your awakening was fierce, but heaven prevailed. Type Amen to get blessing 7701 if you've been seeing crows, butterflies, dragonflies, or white moths. They are not random, they are spiritual messengers observing the object's integration with your life. They bring messages, confirmations, and sometimes even warnings. Animals sense what humans miss, they feel the shift in you. That's why even pets may act differently around you now. They are responding to the divine light you're carrying. Don't suppress it. Don't tone it down. You were never meant to stay hidden. The delivery was the moment your truth became unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 9109. Prepare for a letter, message, or document to be placed in your hands soon. Something you never expected to read, see, or sign will arrive. It will reference events you thought were finished, but they're not. The Adhikalak unfinished contracts, old connections are rising to be closed or restructured. You must handle this with divine discernment. Before you respond to anything, pause, breathe, and speak to the light within you. Let your answer come from wisdom, not emotion. The woman was only phase 1. The message will now multiply in form. Type Amen to get blessing 3288. If you've been tempted to go back to old situations, stop. That is your past trying to pull you into an expired timeline. The object didn't arrive to keep you bound. It came to break every remaining tie. You are free now, whether others understand it or not. You will no longer explain your peace. You will no longer shrink to be understood. The moment the object entered your life, your contract with compromise expired. Let that be your liberation. Archangel Michael says, you are stepping into the divine remembrance that was written in fire, not ink. That's why nothing around you feels the same, because you are not the same. Type Amen to get blessing 8890 soon. You'll notice someone watching you, not out of harm, but curiosity. They will sense something is different about you. They may not be able to explain it, but they'll feel pulled to you. This person holds a piece of your new chapter. Don't ignore them. But don't reveal everything either. Let the truth unfold in alignment. The object is drawing your divine tribe toward you. Those who walk in light, who speak with intention, and who carry remembrance in their eyes. You will recognize them not by words, but by presence, and once they arrive, the next phase begins. Type Amen to get blessing 6543. Keep cleansing your space, toil. Fire. Sound, air. Whatever your spirit is led to use. Trust it, the object responds best to an environment prepared for truth. You may find papers from years ago. Vivas, Yui. Letters. If they stir emotion in you, examine them. They are keys to what the woman delivered. Everything hidden is now rising. And everything false is now falling. Archangel Michael says you are no longer bound by the silence of others. The door has opened. The delivery was made. Your name is now echoing in realms both light and dark. But only one realm holds power over you. The one in the center. Now the winds around you have changed their rhythm. The air carries something more charged, more intentional. It doesn't matter if others can't feel it, you can, because the object has aligned with your core frequency. That's why old wounds are surfacing. Not to harm you, but to be fully purged. They can no longer hide in the shadows because your spirit has become too bright. The object the woman left behind is drawing all energy, clean or corrupted, into visibility. Your name is being whispered in spaces where decisions are made. In rooms where doors were once locked against you, the hinges are loosening. You're not requesting access anymore. Your energy is demanding it. Type Amen to get blessing 7854. There is a man who once made a decision that altered your path. He's now beginning to feel regret. The object's arrival has shifted even those far removed from your circle. His spirit is uneasy. He knows you've stepped into divine visibility. Be cautious when he returns. He will not show his motives clearly. But your spirit will read him like an open page. Let him speak. Listen with the ears of a soul no longer starved of truth. Then walk forward, with or without him. The object is not sentimental. It's surgical. It is here to remove what cannot rise with you. Type Amen to get blessing 4021. Do not mistake loneliness for failure, when the woman placed that sacred vessel near your door. Your life path narrowed to precision. Many were removed instantly. Not because you were unloved, but because their chapter ended. Now new people will begin entering your field. Watch how they show up. Pay attention to how your body reacts. This is how you know who carries truth and who mimics it. Archangel Michael says, you are being surrounded by those who carry the same soul frequency as the woman who stood at your door. These are not regular connections, they are reunions. You have crossed a veil. And the familiar is about to feel foreign. Type Amen to get blessing 9555. Look out for unexpected invitations, online messages, meetings, sudden alignments. Don't ignore them. The object inside your space is a signal beacon. Those meant to find you will begin hearing its call. You may experience flashes of light in the corner of your eyes, or feel unseen fingers brush your shoulder when no one's around. These aren't hallucinations. They are confirmations. You are now in active spiritual correspondence with the higher realm. Information will flow faster. Your thoughts will manifest quickly. That's why your environment must remain clean and protected, because the object amplifies everything, good and bad. Type Amen to get blessing 6002. There is someone around you who is growing nervous. They can't explain it, but your presence has become too much for them. That's because they once benefited from your confusion. And now that you're rising, they can no longer predict you. Watch for sudden mood shifts in conversations. Sudden avoidance. This is not about you being too sensitive, it's about others no longer being able to manipulate the version of you they once knew. They are facing the new you. The awakened one, the one the woman came to deliver truth to. Aversion does not bend. Aversion builds. Type Amen to get blessing 7829. You'll begin craving silence more. Not out of isolation, but because your soul is adjusting to its new level of listening. Divine instruction is quiet, but it is powerful. And it speaks to you when the world sleeps. Pay close attention to what happens when you light a candle or touch water. The elementals recognize you now. The divine imprint on your hands is visible to forces seen and unseen. Archangel Michael says you are not a seeker anymore, you are a receiver, and everything the woman brought to your door was meant to initiate that shift. You are not being changed. You are being returned to who you truly were. Type Amen to get blessing 8834. The reason your feet feel guided lately, as if you're being drawn towards certain streets or corners or forgotten places, is because the energy trail she left has formed a map. Your movements are no longer random, they are led. follow the pull. When you reach the right place, even if it seems ordinary, stop and breathe. You'll know it's the spot when the hairs on your neck rise without warning. That space holds a memory she left behind, one only you can reclaim. She knew where to place the thread, now it's your time to pull it. Type Amen to get blessing 3331, and there is more coming. Another figure, this time a man, will soon appear, not physically at first, but in dreams, numbers, and references from others. He is the second messenger. His purpose is not to bring something, but to unlock something. Your energy will recognize him instantly. And even if you try to deny it, your soul will respond. Let him speak, his words are a mirror. He does not come to heal you. He comes to activate the warrior in you. Archangel Michael says, the woman's role was to open your memory. The man's role is to open your authority. And both must happen before your next elevation. Type Amen to get blessing 1442. There will be one final signal before the next veil lifts. A sound, 3 knocks. You may hear it on your door, you may hear it in a dream. You may hear it and see nothing there. When it happens, don't answer immediately, stand in silence. Let your body respond. If you feel peace, it is permission. If you feel tension, wait for another sign. This moment cannot be rushed. The final layer of your divine story is about to unfold. Your name was not whispered in darkness. It was declared in heaven. And now the world will feel it. Your heartbeat will begin to sync with something unexplainable. At first, you may think it's anxiety, but it's not. It's the rhythm of the next veil preparing to open, and your body is already in alignment before your mind catches up. That's how deep this transformation is. The object the woman left behind was never meant to be loud. It was meant to be precise, to adjust your very frequency without warning. That's why the change feels strange, yet strangely right. And now your energy is glowing in places where your name was once buried. You are beginning to be seen, even in rooms you haven't physically entered. Type Amen to get blessing 6426. This is why your name will begin to surface in conversations that were not meant to include you. People are feeling your ascension even without understanding it. They are being stirred because something has shifted in the realm of the unseen, and you are the cause. You will notice this. People who once walked away may start to reappear, but they are not returning for love. They are returning because they feel the distance your power has placed between you and them. Do not feel obligated to open old doors. The woman's delivery has sealed those for a reason. Type Amen to get blessing 2013. Your dreams are now becoming messages. You may dream of keys, rooms you've never seen, or old photos. These aren't random. Each one holds a clue from the object's energy field. Dreams will now work like portals. What you see there is more real than what your eyes see in daylight. Pay attention. These are instructions written in symbols waiting for you to decode them. Archangel Michael says this is the stage of spiritual navigation. You're no longer moving blindly. You are following coordinates, and your coordinates were unlocked by what she left at your door. Type Amen to get blessing 1942. Someone close to you is becoming increasingly restless. They sense the shift but don't know how to name it. That uneasiness you feel in their presence is not your fault. It is their resistance to the light you now carry. They may project their confusion onto you. Don't take it personally. That's what happens when light becomes too strong for darkness to sit near. You're not meant to fight them. You're meant to rise quietly. Because elevation is not about proving, it's about positioning. Type Amen to get blessing 7774 soon. Something will be revealed about your bloodline, a name, a document, a truth long hidden. What she left behind began to unravel secrets meant to stay buried. And now the ones who kept those secrets are starting to feel the heat. It's why you must stay grounded, clean your home with intention. Speak protection before sleep. Keep your door spiritually sealed. Not everything that comes knocking deserves to be let in. Because where you are going, purity is required. Type Amen to get blessing 8045. The object has stirred the vibration of your home. You may notice electronics acting strange. Flickering lights, devices freezing. Clocks blinking. These are not malfunctions, irresponses. Your space is being restructured to match your elevation. The vibration that once filled your home is being replaced with something more ancient, more sacred. Let the process happen. You are not losing your mind, you are gaining your soul. Archangel Michael says this frequency was once held by high priests and queens. And now you hold it too. Type Amen to get blessing 9181. There is a sacred number that will begin to appear to you again and again. When you see it, pause, speak your intention aloud. That number is a direct channel to your next instruction. It may be 3 digits, it may appear on receipts, clocks, buildings, or phone numbers. But when you see it, know, she's still watching. The woman who left that object didn't just disappear, she remains in the spirit field around you. Monitoring. Waiting, recording. You are not alone. Not even for a second. Type Amen to get blessing 8882. You will begin to feel guided to write. Don't resist it, the pen will move faster than your thoughts. This is the divine script being pulled through you. You're not writing from your mind, you're writing from your spirit memory. Words you never learned will appear on the page. Languages your tongue has never spoken will echo in your inner ear. This is your remembrance unlocking fully. Archangel Michael says, you are no longer becoming. You have arrived, now act like it. Type Amen to get blessing 2345 from here forward. Things will begin collapsing around you that no longer carry truth, Bible. Beliefs. Old dreams, even titles you once wore with pride. Don't grieve what was removed. Celebrate what is clearing. You were not chosen for comfort. You were chosen for clarity. And now that clarity has arrived like lightning in your spirit, let everything that no longer belongs fall without your interference. Because your hands are needed for building the new. Type Amen to get blessing 7007. The woman who came to your door left more than a physical item. She left a divine fingerprint. Something no force can erase. This mark on your spirit now alerts heaven when your energy is under threat. It triggers angelic defense. This is why the attacks you felt in the past suddenly lost their power. You've entered a divine defense zone. And the object was the final seal. There is a deep hum now moving beneath everything in your life. It is not audible to the ears of others. But your soul can feel it like a vibration in your bones. The hum is the signal activated the moment the object crossed the threshold of your doorway. You may begin to feel a pull in your hands. As if invisible strings are guiding your fingers toward certain actions. Pay attention to what your hands reach for. Objects you haven't touched in years suddenly call out to you. Letters, books, locked drawers. There is something waiting inside them. This is no longer about guessing or hoping. This is divine memory being reactivated. You are not discovering something new, you are remembering something ancient. Type Amen to get blessing 1014. The woman knew this when she stood under the night sky. She waited until the wind turned a certain way and the earth under her feet gave its subtle nod. Only then did she place the object and step back into the veil. She left it with care, wrapped in more than cloth. Wrapped in energy. Energy that could not be tainted, not even by time, jealousy, or manipulation. You now carry a trace of that energy everywhere you go. This is why you felt people staring at you longer than usual. It's not your appearance. It's the shift in your spiritual atmosphere. Archangel Michael says, the object she delivered has opened a frequency around you that even darkness recognizes and avoids. You are being walked by light now. Type Amen to get blessing 5860. Expect some things to break, not to harm you, but to release what could not exist in the new spiritual architecture being formed around you. Blasts may crack. Electronics may stop, certain paths may suddenly collapse. Do not panic. These aren't accidents, they are exits. Spiritually designed removals. You are being emptied of false weight so that divine truth can pour in. Old friendships may feel awkward. Conversations may feel forced. Your tolerance is shifting, not because you're cold, but because your spirit has no time left for what is not aligned. And the object is ensuring you stay on path. Type Amen to get blessing 3483. A place you've avoided visiting may begin to call out to you. A memory you locked away will suddenly resurface. And you will know, it's time to return. That location holds something. A forgotten promise, something once spoken in innocence but sealed in the spirit. The object the woman left behind is now connecting you to timelines that still need closure. And one of those places will be the final chapter of a story you never realized was unfinished. Go when you're guided. Don't force it. Let the pull of spirit lead you. It won't take you where danger lives. It will take you where truth rests. Type Amen to get blessing 4114 within the next few nights. You may hear tapping on a wall or windows, but see nothing. You may feel someone's presence near your bed as you drift into sleep. This is not a haunting, it's a spiritual alert. You are now sensitive to the whispers of destiny. Every night from this point forward is a sacred communication channel. Your spirit is wide open. Keep a notebook or recorder nearby. Visions will come when your mind is at rest. Archangel Michael says, this level of sensitivity is a gift, not a burden. The woman who stood silently at your door once had this same gift. And now she's passed it on to you. Type Amen to get blessing 6665. You may begin waking up with symbols in your mind. circles, arrows, ancient shapes. You may not understand them at first, but keep drawing them, they are energetic blueprints. Each symbol carries frequency. Each sketch your hand makes is mapping out the next portal your spirit will walk through. You are not just remembering. You are rebuilding. And the divine knows exactly how to move your hands. There is no fear here. Only direction. Type Amen to get blessing 9992 now. Let this truth settle. There is someone who tried to intercept the woman's mission. They wanted the object to arrive late or not at all. Your plan was silent. But heaven heard it before it formed. They will now begin to distance themselves, not because they've been exposed yet, but because your light is unbearable to someone who tried to dim it. Let them leave. Their exit is your confirmation. A woman delivered what they never wanted you to hold. And now that you have it, their influence is dissolving. Type Amen to get blessing 7582. Don't be surprised when mirrors become louder. Your reflection will start to shift. Not in appearance, but in depth. You'll notice something deeper in your eyes. A knowing. A presence, a divine weight. You may even glimpse something behind you that vanishes when you turn. These are signals, not hallucinations. The veil between this world and the divine realm is now paper thin where you live. You don't walk alone anymore. Spirit is thick around you. Archangel Michael says, you are no longer seeking evidence of the sacred. You are walking inside it. This is what the woman brought to your door. Type Amen to get blessing 2001 and now. As the next 24 hours unfold, watch carefully for one number to repeat 3 times in a row. This number will appear in moments when you feel most emotionally still. That is the portal activation. When you see it, pause, speak your desire aloud. Say it with your chest, your spine straight, your soul forward. The object responds to your command. Not ego command, but divine permission. You are not begging. You are humming. This is the energy of reclamation. And it's pulsing through your veins now. Type Amen to get blessing 3399. Finally, understand this. Everything that has happened was not a warning. It was a welcome. The woman's silence was not fear. It was reverence. What she carried to your door was more than a message, it was your proof. The heaven sees you. The truth still finds its way through locked doors and doubting hearts. Archangel Michael says, your time is not coming. Your time is now. The object is awake, you are awake. And the divine door is no longer shut. Watch closely, your elevation is already walking toward you.